Great. Welcome, everybody. This is Coffee with the Journalist. I'm Beck Bamberger, and we're doing this show so that we know, as publicists, how to better work with our journalists, reporters, freelancers, editors, all the people that are helping us do our jobs, which is so important. And today, this is a first because I've never had a comedy columnist or a comedy writer, especially from New York Magazine, on with us. We have Sean Malin. Look, I even spelled it out for us on the bottom there of the screen. Sean, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Nice
How
to be here.
fun. We're going to have a fun time because you
Looking
have
forward.
to.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Big smile.
Okay. So first off, you got a book coming out.
That's
Tell
true.
us a little bit more. What's the book about? All the things.
Well, it's related to this because it's called the Podcast Pantheon. It's the first ever comprehensive canon in the history of podcasts. 101 podcasts profiled, exclusive behind the scenes stories that you've never heard, images coming out from Chronicle Books September 16th. But this book never would have happened without publicists. The publicists that made this book happen get special thanks at the end of the book.
God!
They're the best.
Oh, wow. Okay, wait. So it's a book about podcasts? The stuff you've never seen?
Yeah,
give me an example.
Well,
what?
We've had podcasts for 20 years.
Yes.
There's over 5 million English language podcasts, including this one. And this book basically sets in the stone the first ever pantheon of all of them. Think Rolling Stone's 500 greatest albums of all time.
Yeah.
In those first 20 years. We're in the golden age of podcasts now.
We are.
And everyone's got one. But what are the true champions and the most influential, important shows of our time, of our lives, Beck? That's what the book's about.
Wow. Okay. Well, that must have been horrendous to put together. Fun, but horrendous at the same time.
It was hard work, but the podcasters were amazing people. Everyone who appeared in the book was profoundly enthusiastic. And then, of course, you have the influence of the gatekeeper people, the PR people, the publicists, the press. And you know that a book is going to make a good impact when every publicist gives you an immediate yes on getting access to, there's some very, very big people in the book. And I any opportunity to sling some praise on my PR friends and colleagues is an opportunity I don't take lightly.
Love a PR shout out on this show, which is rare. So excellent. Okay, Sean, for those who are maybe not as familiar, I do ask this pretty much of everybody. New York Magazine, what y'all doing over there?
Well, I specifically am a columnist for New York Magazine's culture vertical, Vulture.
Yes.
I write the Start Here column there.
Yes.
And that column is a deep dive into the world's most amusing podcasts. We take individual podcasts and dissect them through the lens of a single key episode that sort of showcases what it is. I do write about other pieces of comedy. I break news. I've interviewed comedy luminaries over the years there, but I write about culture generally for Vulture.
Exactly. And Vulture is freaking fantastic for anybody who's wondering. Yes. Okay, now what about your then inbox, Sean? Because I can only, that must be an interesting inbox of pitches, perhaps.
Yeah, I have one of the most diverse inboxes of anyone I know in this industry.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
And it's fun. Like,
what are you getting in there?
Well, I started out as a film critic, and then I also wrote travel material to the point where I'm now, I call myself a culture critic more than a general reporter or journalist. And so I'm getting pitches on products. I'm getting pitches on people. I'm getting pitches on stays in fancy hotels around the world. I'm getting pitches on ice bath products, all sorts of wellness. It's everything, Beck. It's the strangest combination of things, and it's mostly delightful. Every so often I get something that's like, that really doesn't apply to me, but most of the time
wait. You sometimes get stuff that doesn't apply to you, because usually on this show I get tons of stuff that does not apply to me at all whatsoever. But you're saying most of your pitches are relevant-ish?
I can always find an angle. I mean,
okay, that's generous. I applaud you.
I don't like to throw anything out before I've done my best to make it a thing. I mean, people have taken the time to write to you. You can show some respect and try and write about it. That's my best offer. I can't always do it. I have limits on my time like everybody else.
Of course. So what do you do with all the pitches you get? Are you read every single one? What do we do?
Yeah, I read every single one. I try to respond to every single one.
Oh
And
my God, you're one of these
listening to this
people.
show, people
Yes.
don't do that. They just scan, I hear people scanning.
No, there are bulk deleters on here.
Can't do that.
There are dedicated filers. There are let it rollers. They got 80,000 unread emails, there. Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
something once.
What?
A famous person that I interviewed, I won't say who it is, but it may be known. This person, I emailed a question for a newspaper, and within like 20 seconds, this person responded directly. And when I interviewed him, he told me, if I don't respond now, I'll never respond. I take that mentality. I respond to everything, but I'm going to do it now. If I forget today, it's never happening.
Wow. Okay. So then one of the questions we ask on here is like, oh, when do you review pitches? Are you just constant? Like, is it every 5 minutes for you?
Yeah, every day.
Oh, okay. You're saying every day, but like, no, seriously,
Throughout
like
the day.
throughout the day. Okay.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So what's a good pitch for you? Like, what makes you go, yes? Ooh, I'm going to open that one right up. And this is like looking at the subject line, of course.
There are a couple things I'm looking for. Exclusivity in terms of access to somebody is always a positive. I love when someone says, "You're the first person I've thought of for this." I also love eccentricity. I really respond to the esoteric, weird angles on things. If you have an idea around a famous person or product or show or comedy special or food, and it's never been out there before, I'm usually the person who's going to chase that story. And then the third thing is kindness. I don't respond well to urgency or aggression. Don't rush me, don't push me, and don't be rude, and we'll get along.
Okay. Don't rush me. Don't push me. Yeah, okay. Good. Good rules. This is good. Okay. Okay. What do you not like in a pitch besides these rules here that get busted, perhaps?
I heard somebody else mention this on your show. I
Yeah.
don't like being called by the wrong name. I don't like mass emails that say "Dear insert here." I like
That's one.
personability, and I dislike mass contact. It makes me feel small,
It does, right? Do you ever
like I don't
respond to
exist.
those, by the way, and be like, I know you're sending me this along with 500 other people?
I try not to be smarmy. Every
Right.
so often, if I have a relationship with a publicist, I'll be nice. I have had publicists who make mistakes in bookings and then take accountability and apologize.
Uh-huh.
They respond to things. Then I'll still be their buddy. But
Mhm.
if they don't, probably won't hear from me again.
Okay. Okay. What about relationship building for you, Sean? You mentioned you like have some publicists and stuff. Do you want to actively make relationships at all, and how so, if that's the case?
Yeah, Beck, I consider publicists and writers, especially if you're a critic, to be members of the same tribe and family. You are writers as well. You write
Yes,
to a
yes.
different audience, towards us. You create pitches, stories. None of my career, from when I worked in film to food to travel to comedy and culture writ large, it doesn't happen without the support and the uh, hard work of publicists. So I love hanging out with publicists. I love getting a burger with some relationships I've had for years and years, just over the phone or over email. I don't go for a purely transactional relationship as the only way to be with publicists. There are some publicists that I have that relationship with, and that's the nature of our dynamic. But if you are friendly and supportive and helpful, I don't mind, you know, becoming like someone we have rapport with over years. I don't have any best friends who are publicists, but I have many good friends who are.
Okay, that's a good clarification. No besties, but good. Okay. So if I was such a publicist and I'm like, well, I want to be on Sean's, get a burger with me list, how does that happen?
Yeah. Well, first we have to build trust through
Mhm.
you know, you have to do your job well, which means
Yes,
provide access
yeah,
to what you're promising.
yes,
Don't dilly-dally, don't make my life
yeah,
difficult while
yeah.
I'm on deadline.
Mhm,
Uh,
mhm.
be funny, don't be cold, like
Yeah,
have a sense of humor about things if they go wrong. One thing that I really resent
yes.
is when publicists send me products. I don't have a chance to write about the product or go to the restaurant, or it doesn't get written up. after I go to a comedy special, and they then express that they're upset that something didn't happen. This is how it works. You're just showing a lack of professionalism if you yourself are
You really are.
blaming the writer when
You
that
are.
happens.
You are. You are. I'm sure you don't write back to those.
No, well, I've actually personally blacklisted a few
Oh,
where,
yep.
they say something to me that blames me or makes me feel guilty. That's it. That's the end of our personal
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah, it has to be, because otherwise life is too short. No time for this. Yeah. What do you enjoy the most with the relationship you have with the publicist? I mean, obviously they send you good content, they send you the good things, you see them as a colleague, but like, is there anything else that like makes you go like, hell yeah, that's right?
Well, I appreciate good copy.
Yeah.
I am thinking of an example of a publicist a couple of years ago who was representing a silverware company, and his pitches for these silver pieces of silverware, very fine spoons and tweezers and things, they were like cooking implements. Wow, they were just hilarious. Like, I love a great sense of humor. I love someone
Yes.
coming out of left field on a subject. Like, be joyful, be funny. This is a strange job. Your job is to send
Yeah.
me emails. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
pride in your product.
Well, we always like to say, like, take pride in the pitch. If you are not excited about the pitch, you probably shouldn't be sending it, right?
I agree with that. If you don't like what you're talking about, it's going to
No.
come through in your
It
language.
does. And unfortunately, so many people in our industry, I know you all know what I'm talking about. It's like, oh God, okay, I'm going to send that. It's like, no, push back on that. Be like, I can't be sending that. That's not
We
what
all
we.
got to work, I respect it, but it's like, I am somebody who, I don't take my work home with me. I'm
Mhm.
on when I'm on. I'm off when I'm off. If I'm reading your email, please add a little joy to my life. I'll try to be polite and friendly to you. I don't get in arguments
Right.
with any publicist ever. We're not going to have a problem.
I love that. You're not getting in arguments. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, I don't hear often on this show, Sean, where people say like, I leave the work, I go. So what's your boundary on
Oh,
this? Especially with, by the way, especially with someone like you, who I imagine you're going to shows, you're going to things
correct.
in the
It's
all
true.
the time. How are you
Yeah.
doing this?
I mean, it's not that I can shut off what my role is when I go to a
Yeah.
comedy show or when
Yeah.
I'm interviewing somebody for a podcast, but
Yeah.
um, if we're having a social occasion, I will make very clear I'm off record here. We're not on background.
Sure.
We're
Yeah.
not doing any kind of work.
Yeah.
We're
We're
just
in
getting
this
to
way.
know each
In this way.
other
Yeah.
as collaborators. Um,
Good.
in terms of hours, like when I sit down on my computer in the morning is usually around 9,
Okay.
8:30 sometimes. My email is on do not disturb at 7. That's it. You can't
Mhm.
access me.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. That's it. So, wow. And how long have you held that like boundary up?
I went to graduate school, and in graduate school for media studies, if you checked your phone, you weren't getting your work. It was like a 14-hour day. I also worked on film and TV production sets. So it was like you had to have your
Yeah.
phone open all that time. And after I stopped that, I said, I'm never going to do that again. I mean, it was purely painful to work 12-hour,
Yes.
14-hour days. I'm not that person. Are you that kind of person, Beck? Like, are you like a
I
14-hour a day person?
I definitely am a sprint. I am a high performance, high intensity type of person. Thanks for asking, Sean. No one usually asks me questions, so this is fun. But I have a lot of capacity. I love a lot of energy, and I love
Right.
what I do. So my thing is founderitis, which is just when you're
Founderitis.
just when you're just loving what you do, you get into it and you just love it, and so forth. So I have to have the discipline with myself, as many
Yeah.
founders have to eventually learn, of like, okay, like tonight I'm going to my Krav Maga class. I got to go physically to the class. When I'm there and I'm punching people, choking people, guess what? Like, you're not doing an email. You can't be doing an email. So I'm really disciplined now on it, because for me, and I
Yeah.
imagine this is the case with some reporters, you could just go on. You can just go
That's
on.
true.
And
Yeah.
the
I mean,
biggest fallacy, I think, in like adulting is learning like, oh, there's always work. There's always more work.
that's
I could
right.
work more.
Yeah, and
It's
my
never
work is
done.
also at
Like,
home. Like I consume culture for a living. I watch TV
yeah,
for a living. I watch comedy specials. So it's
you're
not like
constantly
when I say I turn off, I mean, I'm turning off access to me. It's not that I'm not still
good
consuming or
clarification. Good
absorbing,
clarification.
but I'm not
Yeah.
responding to emails. I'm not taking phone calls. I have in the past, every so often, recriminated or sternly wrote back to a publicist saying, "Hey, you sent me something at 10 p.m. that just arrived at my house. I was asleep. Please don't do that. Please have some conscientiousness of the fact that I'm a human being. I'm in my house at that time napping." Like, people have boundary issues in this industry, some publicists especially. And I think if you just have really clear boundaries with them, almost all 99.9% respect it.
Yes. And I think honestly, a lot of people would like more boundaries for themselves and to know them for others.
It's true. It's not easy to learn, and
Right.
you can only learn the hard way by
Yeah.
by stepping over somebody's line.
Yes, yes, I agree. Okay. What's the best pitch you've gotten lately, Sean? I know you came prepared with some pitches you liked.
Yeah. Well, pitching me is a really easy thing to do because for my column, I always have to produce, and of course, I field pitches for food, for comedy, for travel,
Yeah,
like as
everything,
a culture
everything,
writer. So like
everything.
I got one. This was one that I got not for New York Magazine, but for a different publication that became a feature story in the New York Times. The cover, the subject line was "Dick Pics Not Welcome. Profile managed by mom." It was about a Jewish dating service that is managed by your mother.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my
And it
God.
became a
Oh my God.
half-page spread in the Times. I mean, it was a
I mean,
great pitch.
oh
I
my
mean, so good.
high five to that publicist.
Yeah,
Oh
agreed.
yeah.
And then I just like a very simple, somebody sent me end of year podcast coverage. Would you consider? They just say, would you consider? Very nice, very polite, maybe even a little genteel.
Would you wait, was the ask, would you consider including this in your roundup?
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
oh, I like this. That's nice.
It's almost
Okay.
like gentlemanly.
It is. It is, yes.
Would you consider?
Would you consider? Okay, so on that point though, there's some pitches and a lot of people on the show are like, no, I don't want to hear, oh, Sean, I hope your weekend was great. Did you see any fun shows? Okay, now I want to talk. Like, do you want straight to the point? Just get into it. Like, forget that. I don't want that crap.
I like a little salutation.
Oh,
It's
you like
nice
a
to
little
say, I
salutation?
hope you're all right. I hope
Okay, I
your
hope you're
week is
alive.
well.
Okay, good. Yep. Yep.
Have you heard this thing where people, there's the meme of, how your email finds me. I hope this email finds you well. And then
Oh
it's a
God,
picture of
yes.
a dumpster fire.
Yeah, exactly.
I
If it's not,
actually really like being asked, like, hope you had a good weekend. Here's my pitch. Again, we're human beings talking. We're not
yeah.
automatons. Treat me like one, I'll treat you like one.
It's a good reframe. Yes, Sean. Okay. Not usually what I talk about on here, but are you doing any publicity for your book coming up? Like, what are you PRing for it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we haven't announced anything yet, so I there's nothing I can
Okay.
mention now, but the book comes out September 16th, and we will be having events all over the country. I'll be live with some special guests, and there will be virtual events supporting the book. I'll announce these on social media. There will be press releases going out. We'll make sure that you're on every email and
Let us
whatever.
know. Let us know, Sean.
Yeah, there will be a lot. And if you like anybody who we mention is in the book, if you like WTF with Mark Maron or the Serial People or Conan O'Brien, those are the kinds of people profiled in the book. You can imagine the caliber of guests that we'll have in some of our events.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, how exciting. Okay. I would like to do my quick fire list with you, Sean. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Okay. Video or phone interview?
Video all the way.
Video all the way. Why, by the way?
I love talking to people.
You love talking to you. I feel like you're an ace in your place, is what I like to say, Sean. Like, you
What
just
is that?
love. It just means like your gift for the world. You're doing it, and you're doing it hard, and you're like loving it. You're in it. You're good.
I do like being in the world.
Oh, I freaking love it. Cool. Okay. Bullet points or paragraphs in a pitch?
I'm fine with both. I send paragraph emails when I pitch stories to my editors, but if I'm receiving one, bullets are simple, but I'll read both.
Okay. Short or long pitches?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Short is nice and to the point, but sometimes it's not enough. I will apologize for a long email. I'll say,
Okay.
sorry for the long email, but it's important.
Okay. Images attached or Dropbox zip file. Do we have a preference?
Yeah, images attached, please.
Okay. One follow-up or multiple?
2 follow-ups is acceptable. 3 is where I draw the line.
Okay. And then I bet I know the answer to this, but just to be clear, direct or creative subject lines? I mean, I think it's going to be creative.
I like both.
I
Direct is important for some of the stuff that I do, but I will usually respond better to creative.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, juice it up.
You got me pinned.
Juice it up. Okay, what about press release or a media kit?
Press release, almost always. Media kits are too long.
I agree.
Too much material.
Yeah. What time? Well, we already talked about this. You read pitches all the damn time, except when you're boundary time. Okay. And then any sources you're looking for?
Yes, absolutely.
Who are we looking for?
I reject almost all attempts to go on background from most people. So we are looking for sources who will speak on the record. We are looking for exclusive interviews, mostly talent. If you are the founder of a restaurant or the creator of an invention in food, if you are a comedy booker, if you are a comedy club owner, if you are a comedian, these are all the kinds of people from every facet of these industries. If you're a filmmaker, film editor, film composer, I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to a representative for you, nor do I want to talk to a close friend of yours. I'm looking to speak with you, the individual.
Like, not a close friend of yours. Nope. Yep. Good. Okay. Sean, we already talked about your book and promoting it. We know the date, all that good stuff. Anything else you want to mention, promote, etc.?
Well, please do come out to the events for the book, September 16th for Chronicle Books, and follow Start Here at Vulture. That's my monthly column.
Start Here, Vulture. Let me make sure I'm signed up for it myself. Okay. Thank you so much, Sean. What a joy. What a pleasure.
It was awesome, Beck. Thanks for having me.
How fun. I love it.